Hello, Professor and classmates. I hope you're all doing well. Today I decided to speak about my Mexican culture. Although I don't talk to my biological father, he was born in Jerez, Zacatecas, and my mom was born in Michoacan, Mexico. Since I know more about my mom's family, I'll be speaking more on their side of the Mexican family, since I don't know much about my dad's. So my mom, alongside my grandparents, was born in a small town called San Francisco, Periban, Michoacan, in Mexico. Our specific town is named after a saint named Francis of Assisi, and Michoacan is known to be one of the most magical places in the world. It's known for its lakes, for the butterfly monarchs, and a lot of state capitals which have different meanings and different significance to them. Although small, our town holds a lot of rich beauty and culture and specific traditions that Mexicans do. On October 4th, from the 7th, we have 3 days of what they call fiestas patronales, which celebrate the birth of the saint that our town is named after. My Mexican culture definitely has a huge connection with my Catholic religion. I am Catholic, and the rest of my family is Catholic, and most of our teachings and most of the churches that we've gone to have been Mexican churches where they speak only Spanish. I can still remember traveling with my grandparents from Mexico to the U.S. and then having being stopped by border control and being asked a bunch of questions. But I also can still remember traveling from the U.S. to Mexico and them sharing their culture with me. I can still remember walking down the cobblestone Mexican paths down to the church to the main plaza and just hearing stories from my grandparents about how nothing's changed a bit. I also remember going down to the plaza to buying a bunch of specific things for a celebration that we called Dia de los Muertos. We would buy flowers, candles, bread, and just stuff that our ancestors liked, like alcohol, to go ahead and put them in our ofrendas, which are basically which is called offerings in English, so that they may take them to the afterlife with them and enjoy. Dia de los Muertos is actually a Mexican holiday and tradition. It actually is believed that they can come down from the heavens and come visit their loved ones here that are still here on earth, and they can take offerings back up with them. So that's why we set up like altars with their pictures, their favorite drinks, their favorite alcohol, their favorite foods. I mean, basically, and you can put anything that you can think of, anything that they would have enjoyed and loved. Like for my grandpa that passed away, like we put like his favorite cigarettes that he used to like to smoke. We put tequila, and then we always put like a little rooster because my grandpa was nicknamed El Gallero, which means like the rooster man because he loved roosters. He even had some here in our apartment. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So something we do and is specifically believed by my family and by our town is Dia de los Muertos. In order for your loved ones to find where you're at and where their altar is at, you need to lay down a specific flower that they nicknamed El Flor de Oro. It's like an orange bright flower. And you mainly see it around Dia de los Muertos. It's one of the main flowers. And you're supposed to lay down a path from the outside of your house to their altar so that they can find you and so that they can visit us. So, something that my grandparents and my mom have shared a lot with me are about the struggles that they face. So, my grandparents, they both crossed through the desert, and my mom was brought in through a car using like other papers. And then they got to the US and they told us on how like hard it was for them to find work. Like, nobody wanted to hire immigrants because they found like them to not be like this American standard that they were trying to withhold. So what makes me prideful to be Mexican is that through all of our difficulties and the difficulties that they face, through all the stereotypes and through all the boundaries that have been broken, they never forget the traditions. They are never ashamed. Or we're never ashamed because I'm not ashamed. I mean, I've never gone through that hardship that they went through, so I can't say we, but think of the main idea of like them and we're not ashamed. Like, we're not ashamed that we had to come here legally. Like, they're not ashamed that they don't have papers. Like, they're so prideful of their country. They're so prideful of their roots, their traditions, their music, like everything. Like, they don't try to change for the American standard that has been set from generation to generation.